All right, what's going on, y'all? This is Jovian, the Original American Foundation. This is a little bit different today. Just wanted to give y'all some tips, and it ain't perfect, but it's definitely something that y'all use. So, you know how they say it's a shortage on food and all the prices of everything is going up and stuff like that. Well, here's a tip that can help you out. You know what I mean? Those who know. Those who don't, check it out. So what I did was I got a cheap roast, right? A London broil roast is cheap, but what I did is got one with what they call a lot of marbling in it. And I don't know why that just went dark. But the marbling is these lines you see, it's like the fat, right? And I know people say, you should lose lean meats and stuff like that. But if you getting cheaper cuts, you want that marbling in there because it helps bring some of the flavor. And sometimes if you get a cheaper cut of meat and it's real lean, it'll get rock hard on you. If you don't know how to necessarily cook it, or you ain't like cooking it for a long time, it's gonna turn into rubber on you. But if you got some with marbling in it, you got a little leeway to not have to cook it as long and still get a nice tender steak, at least for the cheap price. So also what I did is I took that one roast and I cut it into 3 cuts. Like it's kind of like you stretching it, and you got different cuts of beef that you could use. So right here is the pepper steak, right? Like I ain't no butcher, but you see how the cut is like kind of long, like kind of like pepper steak, and it got the marbling in there, so it's gonna be nice and tender. And then here you got your beef cubes. Hold on, let me see, get a better one. Like the beef cubes. See, I cut it into a cube. So you got beef cubes, pepper steak, and this is just like the regular steaks. You know what I mean? Like I ain't the best butcher. Look at that. The marbling, crazy. And that I would trim off because that's like cartilage or something. But you see what I'm saying? So I took one roast and I made my own cuts. Now we got steaks, beef cubes, and we got pepper steak. Like I said, I know people say don't eat a lot of fat. You shouldn't eat a lot of fat. You shouldn't eat stuff like this every day, maybe once or twice a week. But don't think that fat in this meat what makes you fat. This fat can clog your arteries and stuff like that. But sugar in any form is really what make people gain weight and give you diabetic problems. Fat in good amounts, especially if it's good fats, but even some animal fats are good for your joints and your brain and stuff like that. Your body need these fats, but that sugar is what makes you gain weight and give you a lot of the medical problems. Is all that sugar. So not saying eat stuff like this all the time, not saying you should just consume a bunch of fat, but sugar is way worse for you than fat, depending on the amount. So that's just a tip. Get you a roast, cut it up in different different cuts. You got your beef cubes, your steaks, and then your pepper steak. You can save some money, stretch a little bit without having to individually buy all those things and spend more money. All right, this Jovian, Original American Foundation, aka Star Child. You have a good one. Peace.